Hi, and welcome to QA1 headquarters in Lakeville, Minnesota. My name is Jesse, and I got Damien with me here in the shop with a beautiful 73 Camaro. We got a whole bunch of boxes of parts in front of us. We're gonna be jamming our QA1 coilovers in place of those dusty old leaf springs in the rear. We're doing mod shots.
Yep.
We're gonna put 335 tires in the back.
Yeah, it's mini tubbed and ready to go.
Oh, that's beautiful. We're gonna do our QA1 control arms up front. This thing is gonna be handling awesome. There's nothing else to do to get to work. Where do we start?
Let's start in the front. Let's go.
Let's go. To get started on the front of this, we're going to get everything removed that we can. I've got our tire and wheel off. I'm going to start loosening up this upper shock mount. I've got our outer tie rod end loosened up. Going to break off our ball joints and all that. Now this spring is under tremendous pressure with the stock spring. Don't want to have that shooting off and get you in the money maker. So be safe, be careful. I'm going to start working and then I'll find a hockey helmet or something. So I've got everything off of this spindle now. I'm just doing our last final thing. We got pressure off the spring. We got our ball joints cracked loose. The calipers off and out comes our spindle. We'll save this one and put it back on our new arms. With the spindle out of the way, it was really easy to get to our spring and shock, got that all out of the way. Just one more bolt on our lower control arm, we'll drop that, smooth sailing. Always impressed with this package. Nothing but cardboard and plastic wrap, no bulky styrofoam to throw away or anything like that. So these second gen F bodies have a gear split in them where they change a few things. Lower control arm mounting hardware is one of them. So we include both the sleeves and the bolts for both sizes. Just make sure you match up to your old hardware.
Well, Jesse's working on that. I'm going to swap the bearing out in the mod shock here. So these are 1.25 inch wide bearing. These are included with our lower control arms, and these just slide in here and then snap rings retain them in. They are a pretty tight fit, so you have to wiggle them a little bit to get it in there. The next step on this one, once I get the snap rings in, will be take the screws out on the base so we can get the base eyelet indexed once we get it into the car. Make sure we've got proper clearance around the hose. The mounts on a lot of GM cars get squished down over the years with people tightening the control arms or over tightening the control arm bolts. This one went in snug, we didn't have to do anything with it, but sometimes putting a bolt inside here with a nut on it and then spreading it back apart is required to get the control arms in.
All right, now that Damien did all the heavy work and lifted that up into me and I slid a couple of bolts into the lower control arm and we got our coilover mocked up in place. A couple of quick nuts for me on the studs for the upper control arm. We get to pull that right out. These upper control arms right out of the box are all ready to go. Just need to bolt them on. looking good. Time to start reassembling. We've got our control arms on. We're gonna put these old stock spindles and brakes on for the time being, but you better believe that the owner of this vehicle has a major brake upgrade coming. One thing to note while we're putting these on here, these are our Pro Touring upper control arms, which has our 1-inch longer ball joint stud. This is gonna help when you get into a corner to add more negative camber. So when we put this into here, you're gonna see there's gonna be a big amount of this stud sticking out still. All right, now we're prepping our sway bar to go onto the car. We got a little bit of silicone lube in our bushings. We got our strap set up, and we're gonna place some spacers in between our mounts and the strap to make sure that we have clearance. So there we have it. We got everything wrapped up here. We've got a few little things like, we're gonna set some stuff and do some final tweaks and things like that, but we can't wait that long. We gotta get this thing down on its shoes, put the tires on, and get it over to the alignment rack, see what you can do. Damien? Damien, we just finished up our 2nd gen F-body project. Thanks for the help there. This thing, we threw the catalog at it. It's looking awesome.
Yeah, we got the 275s up front, 335s out back. This thing's gonna drive awesome.
This is gonna handle great and it looks great to boot. So if you have any questions, go to QA1.net, give us a call at the tech line, hit us up on the social media stuff, and as always,
go drive it.